it's Miss Kristen here at the Biggs Museum of American Art. Today we are located on our third floor in our Gilded Age Gallery. Now, the Gilded Age is a time in American history from the end of the Civil War through the stock market crash of 1929. So this is the same time period that Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, A Christmas Carol, Little Women, they all take place in this time period, the Gilded Age. So here in the third floor in the Gilded Age Gallery, I am sitting in front of what is called a sideboard cabinet, which is this object right here. This sideboard cabinet was made in the 1870s of walnut wood and is considered arts and crafts. Now, the arts and crafts movement is a group of artists who come together and they decide that they're tired of objects being machine made, that everything looks the same, everything has perfect lines, and they were tired of that. They wanted to be more original, more unique, and so they started designing furniture to be completely handmade, to have a lot of decorations, to have a lot of different things that made it look unique and, like I said, handmade. This object is considered utilitarian, which means it is something that is made to be used in everyday life. The Biggs Museum has a lot of what we would consider utilitarian decorative arts, like the sideboard. This is also objects like plates, silverware, cups, cabinets, bookshelves, chairs, and just like the craft that you'll be making today, which is a basket. So we're gonna go downstairs into the big studio and we're gonna walk through how to use your materials in your big old bag of Biggs art to make your own utilitarian arts and crafts themed basket. So let's get started. First and foremost, I have my supplies. I have my pieces of wood. I have ribbons. Some of you may have string. If you have extra ribbon at home, maybe you like a thicker ribbon, feel free to use that. I have then taken 5 pieces of my wood and I have laid them out on the table with the help of an adult, and I have taped them down. You don't have to tape them down. I found this easier to hold the pieces of wood in place. And it doesn't have to be 5. If you want a smaller basket, you could use only 3 or 2, but that would be a really small basket. So I take the wood, I tape it down. And from this point, we are going to go into traditional weaving. So taking a smaller piece of wood, I'm going to look at these, move that out of the way, look at these, and I'm going to go over the first one, under the second, over the third, under the fourth, over the fifth. And I'm going to push it all the way down to where my tape is. Then I'm going to take the second piece of wood and I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go under the first, over the second. Sometimes it helps to do it at the top. Under the third, over, and under, and then pull it on down. So let's do 2 more together. Take a piece of wood. This is the third, so it's going to match this first one, and we're going to go over, under, over, under, over,
and slide it down. Fourth piece of wood. So this one's going to start under, over, under, over, and under this last one. And then we're going to slide it down. And you don't want to force it. If it stops, that's where it stops. Wiggle it. So you see, we're making a pattern. We're making two patterns. Across, we're going either over, under, over, under, over, or we're going under, over, under, over, under. So whichever one you do first, you do the opposite to the next one. And we're also making a pattern going up the side of over, under, over, under. So we'll do another two together. Our last one was under to start. So this one will be over to start. So we're going to go over, under, over, under, and over. And then push it down. Now, this one is going to start under. See? Over, under, over, under, over. So now we need under. So it's going to go under, over, under this one, over the fourth one, under the fifth one. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and speed up this video. Take as much time as you need using however many pieces of wood or ribbon. There's no reason you can't take, I'm going to take a green ribbon and continue the pattern. So this one went under, so the ribbon's going to start over. We're going to go over the first one, under the second, over the third, under the fourth, under the fourth, over the fifth. Now, you just want to keep continuing the pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. But you take as much time as you need using whatever materials you want for however far and however big you want this part of your basket to be. And I will come back to you in a couple seconds. So one more time, checking back in with everyone. Let's do another one together just to make sure that we're all there. My last piece started under. So with this ribbon, I'm going to start over, and I'm going to go over, under, over, under, and over. So go ahead and finish up your basket, whatever pieces you have left, and we'll get back together on how to finish it. Okay, so we have our basket. Now, what you want to do is you're going to cut off the really, really long parts. So they're all about the same length, so I'm going to cut the difference. And I'm just doing this on my side ones. You can leave the ribbons where they are. So my sides are about the same. I'm going to go ahead. I have these 2 pieces up here, 3 pieces that are a little bit really long. And now if I take this off, you'll see that you've already got the basic shape of a basket. It's going to be able to stand up on its own. This also gives you the opportunity to change any of these lines that you needed. Now, our next step that we're going to do is we're actually going to pinch our sides together. You can do this with glue. If you want, you can, if you have more items, you can keep weaving all the way to the ends of your pieces. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pinch these together and we're going to glue them. And once you've glued them, I'm going to take a piece of my ribbon. So you're going to glue them, which I'm going to use tape right now, but I recommend using glue. You're going to take the pieces, you're going to glue them. You can put tape over it to help hold it while the glue dries. And you're going to do it to all 4 sides. So you're going to glue, you're going to put tape on it to hold the glue. You're going to come over here, do the same thing. And I have 2 ribbons that are really long, so I am going to cut those down so that they fit in. That's about here. You're going to tape them. And I mean glue and then tape. And the tape's just going to, as I said, help our glue dry. Now, we have a couple ways we can end our basket. If you've used all of your materials, you can just leave it like this. Once the glue dries, you take the tape off and you have your completed basket. If you have some extra ribbons, you'll take the tape off and you can decorate it by using a ribbon and adding a ribbon over the top of the basket so that you have a handle and match it on the other side. Or if you still have pieces left, you can continue weaving and it's going to change a little bit. You're going to start at one of your corners. Let's start over here. And you're going to just tuck in the piece of wood. And then you're going to go around. So this one's going to go under. And then over. And tuck it in. And you'll keep going around your basket. Going over, under, until you get a full side. So I'm going to speed this up and I'm going to show you this process on just one side. Of tucking in to your basket. And then bringing it around And if it runs out, you tuck it back in. So this one only goes to the one side. So I will tuck it into all of these little wood pieces here. And you see my side starts building up. But as I said, if you've run out of materials, which is perfectly fine, you can either leave your basket like this, completed, taking off the tape once it is dry, or you can continue once the tape is dried, tying on your ribbon, gluing it, cutting off the extra, and putting it onto the other side, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm just tying a little knot. Cutting off the extra. We have one handle. We're going to go to the other sides, making a knot, and get a parent's help if you need to. Cutting off the extra, bringing it to the other side. Yep. And that's why your tape would be off when you did this. Cutting off the extra. And you have a completed basket that you can carry your small little objects in. So that's it for me here at the Bigs. I hope you enjoy your basket making workshop, and we hope to see you next month. Thanks, everyone.